Welcome back to the HCS 4K. Here we have our winner finals. And if you looked across the esports echelon, many people would say you have 1 and 2 here in OpTic Gaming, here in Halo, 1 and 2 competing here in the winner finals today. Garrett, we have a hell of a series before us.
Yeah, these are the juggernauts of the HCS, right? Everyone's been talking about who can maybe upset these two, but all we know is that the Charlotte Grand Finals is the best Grand Finals we've had in years. Best of sevens that go to game sevens. That's what it feels like whenever these two teams match up. And yeah, I always have a feeling that whoever loses this one is probably going to meet them once again in the Grand Finals.
It's an opening battle break for FaZe Clan as they take 3 down. Lucid, last player alive, and he stagger deaths. He staggers. Goes down to Royal 2, but APG trades out off spawn. Great job there answering back to a tough sequence as OpTic lost numbers, but does well to play out their back foot and prevent FaZe from really starting a spree here of scoring, instead delaying it here to now they're in the single digits. But now potential trip cap as Renegade looks to hold C. It's a huge piv against Formal. If Formal can take that, he'll take back C as he does just that. OpTic stopping the bleeding for now.
And it just shows you how much respect that Renegade gives to Formal in that gunfight. The second he's down a shot, he knows that Formal's not going to miss, right? So he tries to back down, isn't able to stay alive, and Formal coming back and winning that gunfight is the reason why OpTic Gaming now has a 2 capture hold and are working on a trip cap instead of potentially being trip cap themselves. Oh, okay, he went for it. I respect it. Hey, a little bit, that's tippable for Formal right there to go for that sort of ninja in that position.
Even more tippable, though, to Snakebite, who predicted the whole thing. Little stutter step forward, took 2 steps back, and then instead it was Formal getting the back smack. Despite that really heads-up play, potential ninja in the Shroud screen as we have a back-and-forth matchup here early. This one's deadlocked at 25, but FaZe holds A and C.
Remember, this map, it's so swingy, right? Because of how small it is, how many power weapons are on the map. The second that a team gets firm control and has a spawn trap in place, that's when the game can be over. And OpTic Gaming are in a scary trouble right now. Trip cap on board. They're collapsing on the green wall, and with rockets coming up, FaZe might just start to run away.
And the only thing more frightening than a trip cap here for OpTic Gaming is Renegade, an absolute monster on Strongholds. 1.4 KD against the league's very best, and he's following that up here with a pretty solid effort. Was 5-1 at one point, now 5-3, so OpTic, recognizing that win condition for FaZe Clan with Renegade popping off, shuts him down.
That's such a tough spot for FaZe Clan to lose the rockets there, right? They won those gunfights, but they weren't able to take care of Lucid and Formal at the middle map. And when you let these two get away, they're going to punish you each time. Lucid's ability to pick up any weapon on the map and use it to the best of its ability is second to none in Halo Infinite. And right now, they're letting him have his way on this map. No wonder he's double positive to start this game. 5 in a row for the MVP.
Lucid, 5 kills in a row and 5 shots to work with in that shotgun, but no, he gets depleted. Only 2 shots left in the shotgun, but the life depletes for Lucid. It's going to open up an opportunity here for FaZe Clan to push through mid-map, but they disregard B. APG is there anchoring it. Renegade doesn't know it. APG with the 4 perfect shots maintains the positioning for OpTic, but there's a lot of topsy-turvy scoring going on. A and C both flipping in both teams' position, which will retain the scoring for now for OpTic, coming back only down 30.
APG's this first line of defense. He needs to get a couple kills to prevent this FaZe Clan roster from pushing their way forward. And unfortunately, he just doesn't get enough damage, doesn't get a kill to facilitate a stop. And you see FaZe, the second they get that numbers advantage, they're not satisfied with one. They want it all. Trip cap, once again, we're seeing FaZe consistently play for the knockout punch in this game. And while Frosty might just secure it, he puts 2 down, disintegrating the competition. Rockets are up, and FaZe Clan can run away.
And this is a narrative shift for this FaZe Clan that started off as slaying powerhouses, but lacking in objective efficiency there. As soon as all 4 went down for FaZe Clan, you didn't have to wait a single second to see Frosty on the hill capturing A. You didn't have to wait a single second to see Royal 2 here in the same situation, capping C. It's all led to a trip cap and a pretty dominant lead here now for FaZe Clan as they've doubled up on OpTic.
Royalty's doing his best to survive. Formal finally gets that pick, and that's going to be huge for OpTic to at least not feel overwhelmed by that pressure in the middle lane. They're going to be able to move and try to capture a hill now because of Royals 2's deaths, but that doesn't mean they have to not execute on the following play. They need to find slays in this game, and so far, FaZe, they are all positive. They are just running full engine. OpTic Gaming need to start to find answers in the kill feed.
Lucid with back-to-back killing sprees. Oh, a potential sticky there doesn't go down. The back-to-back killing sprees have earned Lucid and OpTic Gaming A and C for now. Frosty, though, looking to change those plans as he's got help at the side of C. This is, again, the objective efficiency. FaZe Clan down numbers in the moment, but capturing C instead. No, APG breaks that up. That's a huge defensive effort there from APG, just as it looked like FaZe Clan was about to continue the scoring. OpTic keep it within a 1-minute game.
It's just impressive by Frosty. He doesn't really do much in that position, but him staying alive, keeping those spawns away from OpTic Gaming just proved to be frustrating, and it's going to come down to a big individual play by Formal to take down Frosty and to push out these spawns to stop the rampage that FaZe was on. And Renegade, he's been a frustrating kill. That Shroud Screen keeping him alive. Someone take down Renegade. There we go. Formal finally puts him down to the respawn screen, but not before a frustrating series of events go down.
Formal was not fooled for 1 second by that Shroud Screen, and Royal 2 mistakenly steps onto the Plasma Sticky. That Formal place there, but I loved the play earlier back at C for Formal. Recognizing the Shroud Screen going low, he says, fine, I'll go high. I'll take the high ground if you guys want me to. Takes the high ground, takes down Renegade after a slippery, squirrely play with the Shroud Screen from him. And because of it, OpTic Gaming bouncing back strong. This is nearly tied now, Garrett. A potential trip cap as well if Renegade can't capture C.
You thought maybe this hill was going to be an easy capture for FaZe after Formal misses that first rocket, but no, Lucid and Trippy work in tandem, fly through the middle of the map and try to pick up that slack, and it prevents FaZe from getting out of the trip cap early. It lets them keep scoring, and it lets them take the lead. A complete shift in this game from OpTic Gaming.
The anchor point right now in this match, if that can flip and rotate to FaZe, they likely take the lead into the 200s. If OpTic can hold it, they likely take the lead to the 200s. Looking strong so far as it's a team wipe for FaZe Clan, and now OpTic, they can walk around the map freely. Trippy grabs the red rifle as a result. Luckily for FaZe Clan, there aren't more options on the map because OpTic would have had full control of any of the sandbox they wanted.
Oh, Trippy using that Shroud Screen so effectively. Unfortunately, he was just out of ammo in that shotgun for the follow-up, but I love how the meta will evolve in these next few weeks with that Shroud Screen. Teams still getting used to how to use it. You can poke your way in and out, figure it out when your auto-aim activates, when it doesn't, and find the perfect ways to maneuver. And Trippy obviously already has a head start. Phenomenal plays from him.
APG, he goes for the post-mortem trade, but Trippy cleans it up instead. But Snakebite takes down Trippy, looking for the double across map, and it should lead to a double up on A and C for FaZe Clan. And what a time for it, as OpTic had eclipsed into that 200-point mark, actually reaching 216, right on the brink of closing out game one. It's now FaZe Clan instead with that AC hold as they look to reach the 200-mark threshold.
And remember, this map, it's like a pendulum, right? It swings one way, it'll come back just as hard the other. OpTic Gaming's push is stopped, and now FaZe, they have control of everything. The trip cap's in place, and they're not stopping, trying to will their way forward to win this game. It's really going to come down to this push from Trippy and Formal. Frosty needs to get his shield back. Formal gets the trade, and that's going to allow Trippy to have one more chance to push this out.
Trippy with that shotgun looking to flip C and this game on its head as FaZe Clan now approaching the 200 mark, but it stops right there. Trippy with that shotgun play now has control of C, and you have APG on B. Efficient. You'll give FaZe Clan A all day if it means you flip B and C. Masterful work in positioning there from OpTic Gaming.
Now they just need to hold on for 25 more seconds, something that they can do easily in their sleep. But it's going to come down to these big slays. They have FaZe Clan going on respawn screen, getting cycled, but sometimes you lose the crucial fight. Renegade goes big with the assault rifle. His teammate cleans up Formal before the trades can come in. OpTic Gaming still scoring, but FaZe have the numbers advantage, and APG somehow gets the stick. Is it enough?
APG with the sticky trade on B. It's going to take a last-second effort. Frosty's in B, but OpTic is in A. They're going to have to quickly rotate here to the planner side, or OpTic should continue scoring and win this game. They do. Royal 2 not quick enough to get to the planner tire side as OpTic wins game 1, 250 to 200.
And sometimes it's not pretty the way that you win games, but the play that APG made at the end was just enough. That stick to take the player down with him stops the push for long enough to make this game too far gone, right? It's not pretty. He's missing shots, he's missing elbows, but he'll take a blueberry to the grave. And look at how much time it takes, another 7 seconds for them to get into that hill, and that allows Formal to win the rotation towards A. And now, because of those 7 seconds, there's just not enough time to react to the rotation. Formal wins the game, but APG sets up that opportunity with the martyrdom.
APG, you could tell his strategy there was to trade out. He was going for it all the way through 2 stickies, 1 miss, the second one connected, almost like a no-scope body stuff. Yet APG just inching closer and closer, earning himself the trade. And that trade, that's a win for, that's like trading a Charizard for a Blastoise. OpTic gets the Charizard, FaZe gets the Blastoise, which is a good game, right? A good Pokemon, but it's no Charizard, it's no OpTic gaming as they find the 50-point difference and the clutch play at the end from APG, going down, but helping his team go up in this series.
All right, looking at the accuracy that this OpTic gaming roster put down is next level, to be honest. Everyone was shooting like high 50s to 60% accuracy. Everyone is, there's always that question of, are you warm coming into a game, right? OpTic first game of the day, FaZe was second. They both had a break, but it doesn't seem like anyone was really missing that tournament play, right? Sometimes you see teams come out a little bit cold at the start of a game. Not the case for that OpTic or FaZe roster.
Yeah, and that's sort of the concern on the upper side of the bracket, right, Garrett? It's wild to say that because concern, you've not lost a series yet, but you have the chance to get cold. It's been hours since OpTic Gaming has last played in this tournament, so for them to just pick right back up where they left off is extremely impressive for the likes of OpTic.
Already OpTic fighting that first strike, and it's all going to be to set up for this overshield, right? Keeping Formal alive is priority, but unfortunately FaZe gets behind. And now, how does APG answer to this problem, right? Can he stop the overshield? No, they're going to have to give it up. And with Sniper moving hands to FaZe as well, this is an opportunity for FaZe to find some immediate separation. But look at that escape from APG.
FaZe Clan tied in this series, but has a slight edge with the Sniper in the hands of Royal 2. Oh, there you see exactly why. Hitting the no-scope on Formal, and the push might continue on. Formal, you have to imagine calling out Royal 2 weak in A, but no, Royal 2 is going to escape with his life and an incredible no-scope.
Royal 2 with this Sniper, he's one of the best to ever do it, right? And I think you're seeing why. There's so many flashy players in the scene, right? We talk about Lucid, we talk about Frosty, Formal with the Sniper, but Royal 2 was that OG, like he feared with the sniper rifle player from back in the day, and it's always fun to see him pick up the weapon and what he's able to do with it.
Hey, it's flashy. If you're out at dinner, it's like, they bring out the plate and then they light it on fire and it sizzles and pops everywhere. But it's the meat and potatoes from OpTic Gaming that has the 1-kill lead. Now tied again. This one's deadlocked in game 2. Slayer Frosty pushing up, looking to take control of the Sniper Tower and the high ground that comes with it. Great 2v1 play there from APG as they use their numbers to their advantage to take down Renegade.
And for this FaZe roster, it's all about getting their Slayers rolling. And, that's what the big problem was coming out of HCS Season 1 was they just didn't have that slaying power they thought they needed. Lethal just wasn't quite able to keep up with that slaying role like he did in Halo 5. So they went out, they got Renegade, who arguably is top 3 player in the game, right? And it shows so much when you look at the stats of this team. Every single Slayer, it feels like you have Frosty and Renegade doing a 1-2 tandem to be dictating the pace of the game. 70% of the games, they have the most kills in the lobby. And that's where I think this game is going to go in OpTic's favor unless Renegade can start heating up, right? He's having a very slow start to this Slayer. If he can start to pick it up, that's how FaZe gets their way into this game.
On the other side, it's Royal 2, and Royal 2 made a huge play there. Traded top mid, or excuse me, got the kill top mid, and then made sure before he went down at the heat wave, he got a melee in, I believe, on Formal. Because of that, Formal went down on the screen side. That's why Renegade and the likes of FaZe have control on this side of the map. Overshield not up soon. Instead, it's the sniper. That's going to be highly contested, but I'm not quite sure where it went.
Trying to find our way towards it. Well, I'm sure we'll eventually find its action somewhere, but look at Lucid hiding in the Shadow Realm, but just no solution to be found. The nades are coming through, and it's trade for trade, and now who can react on their back foot better is going to be the question, right? You're starting to see FaZe fly forward onto the map, but Formal staying alive for as long as possible, letting his team start to find their way towards him is going to make all the difference in this game, and that's all. Renegade can only get the sniper off the map. That's the only thing he can do, and it all starts with Formal staying alive at back tower.
That's huge, though. That was a sniper that I believe had a fairly considerable amount of ammo in it. OpTic had
Get it off?
full control, I believe, or is that Formal running away with it? No,
okay,
that's a commando instead. So Renegade, 3 and 6, double negative, but making a play that sometimes doesn't, I guess, show up on the stat sheet. It does in the sense that he gets an extra death added to the board, but it's a huge play nonetheless because you keep Sniper out of the hands of OpTic, and now with the 4-kill lead and Overshield, that could have been devastating if they had full control of the sandbox instead.
Right, but at the end of the day, it's damage mitigation. That they should have been able to finish that collapse and have control of the map. Instead, OpTic Gaming, one player making a huge play, allows them to storm forward, and these are the mistakes that you just can't make against this OpTic squad. They're so effective at maintaining leads throughout games, and they have no problem slowing down a Slayer to finish it out, especially against FaZe. But Lucid not slowing anything down, looking for that triple. It's not going to come to fruition, but Renegade's not getting away from the heat wave of Trippy.
This is all part of OpTic's strategy. This is what they consider a win condition here. Being up by 5 or 6 past the 30 kill mark. Now you're going to start to, like you said, Garrett, start to slow down the pace of play. But if they do crank it up and speed it up, it's for the trade. And if they can just trade out through the duration of this match, they will find themselves victorious. But you can't get too cute against the likes of FaZe Clan that we know can slay out.
Right, Formal got a little bit too ahead of himself. He fell down early, and that allows FaZe to play forward, right? As soon as they have a numbers advantage, you're going to start to see them soar at kills. They're not going to let anything go, and this is how you get your way back into games, right? It's finding that opening pick and then finishing the rest, and Renegade's going to send Formal flying, but it's not enough. Oh, the Cali clamor from Formal almost keeps him alive, but Royal 2 gets the kill. Creative thought process from Formal is just not enough.
FaZe Clan swiping into this lead, now down only to another sniper rifle for the likes of Renegade to grab. You know he likes that. You know he wants that snipe, but instead he's going to position himself to potentially allow Frosty to grab it instead, taking that elbow edge. But oh, OpTic has the answer. OpTic has the cause. They figure out the entirety of that push from FaZe Clan, and now they're left to just hide in the shroud screen.
Snakebite's doing his best to keep his teammates alive, but you gotta worry about your own back. Snakebite goes down. He kept Royal 2 alive, but at what cost is the question. This game's getting close as Formal gets away, but the teammate takes him down. We're within 2, and FaZe has the numbers advantage. This game is slipping away from OpTic.
And Ayo, what if Formal didn't get the back smack on the Overshield? This one's looking way different. OpTic with the 2-kill lead, but I believe this would be flipped. This would be a 2-kill lead for FaZe Clan if not for that huge play from Formal. Formal now pushing up on the dummy side. He goes down. APG shields go down all the way to 1. Trippy's down at 1 shot. Everyone weak for OpTic. Now is the time for FaZe Clan to pounce, but it's Trippy clutching up with a double kill instead.
The way he dissects his way through the map, going through bottom tower, did not care that Renegade had the sniper at tower, gets his way through, stays alive, and he even dodges the shot. Once again, Trippy makes the big play, and now the rest of the green wall follow. There's nowhere for FaZe to hide. The lead to 6 once again.
Trippy, man. You gotta say it 3 times because he's 3 times as nice with that incredible play. Incredible snipe. Closing out the game here for OpTic Gaming just as it looked like FaZe Clan found the answer. They opened the door and found Trippy instead.
Trippy goes up high. Can he finish it from the sky? No, he gets taken down, but it was just a matter of time. 42-50. FaZe falls, and I mean, so resilient from that OpTic Gaming roster, right? They lost control, lost the sniper. Renegade has it in his hands, and Trippy makes the play, finds the opening picks, and from there, they fly away with the game. But when everything was against them, Trippy made the big play, and that's what's impressive about this OpTic Gaming roster. It's what they can do with and without, right? The way that they're resilient when they don't have things in their control, and the way that they're dominant when they do have things they're going their way.
Yeah, it was all endgame there. You had Trippy with the double kill. I have no idea. His shields were sparkling, and you know what? So too was his gameplay as he earned the double kill despite being one shot. And then you have Renegade Garrett top mid with snipe coming up in 10 seconds. Popular theory would tell you that Renegade's likely to stick around. He wants that snipe in his hand. There's the huge back smack there from Formal. But when Renegade flanked, it was unexpected. It wasn't really within the usual playbook for FaZe, but OpTic spotted it. OpTic predicted the flank. They took down Renegade, chopped him down at the knees, and the rest of FaZe faltered after that. Renegade trying to anchor on the flank with the big brain positioning, but OpTic had the counter. Unbelievable finish as they maintained that 6 to 8 kill lead all the way to the end, despite what seemed like a comeback win for FaZe.
And here we go, right into game 3. Who wins the start is always the question, right? Rockets or sniper, what's more important? Rival 2 goes right for that sniper, but the Rockets of Formal shut it down, and Trippy already's running it home.
15 seconds into this match, I didn't even know you could get across Empyrean from side to side in 15 seconds, but OpTic already has a flag out. They're down in numbers, but the flag's already past the halfway mark. It's past the long haul. Trippy with an unbelievable pull. He makes a huge play with his gunplay earlier, now makes the big brain play with the pull, and OpTic, after just 30 seconds, are up 1 in game 3. Wow.
Yeah, phenomenal. And that's teams practicing their starting strats, right? They know exactly what they want to get, and really it comes down to the duel between Rockets and Sniper that changes the play. Formal getting that rocket opens up the lane, allows Trippy to push through, and then Lucid on the other side acting as a counterbalance with his sniper makes them pay him respect so that they can't push through fast enough. Now the counter cap could be a possibility here with Snakebite making play after play, but it's going to be a tough answer for FaZe.
You may not see a flag scored in 30 seconds on Aquarius, a map that is half the size of Empyrean. How did Trippy and OpTic Gaming score right off the rip, completely taking this FaZe Clan roster by surprise? And if this was a heavyweight fight, FaZe Clan would already be kind of wobbly a little bit. They've already taken some low blows, some haymakers, and OpTic Gaming now looking to put in the knockout punch. But you got Snakebite with the flag out and a potential to answer. FaZe needs to answer here quickly because that is just so much early momentum and energy that OpTic has earned off that early start 1-0. Can FaZe Clan bounce back quickly?
And Frosty doesn't get any kills right there, but he does enough for this flag to go home, right? He keeps the rest of OpTic Gaming after a back FaZe, allows his teammate to get through, and although the start was rocky for FaZe, they find an immediate answer, right? And they're getting this game to even. Now, you just forget the first couple minutes happened, but Trippy, he never forgives and he never forgets. He's already pulling a flag away.
2 minutes, two flags already on the board for each of these teams. 1-1 total tie. And Garrett, at this rate, it's pacing to be the first ever Empyrean 5-4 CTF finish. Something you'd never, ever imagine to see. The pace right now in this game 3 is absolutely ferocious.
And they let Formal get the Rockets once again, but this time they had an answer. Royal 2 strikes back, and Trippy's trying to do his best to get their way back towards those Rockets, but you gotta remember, they gave up the overshield in this fight, so if FaZe wins this reset, they'll have the overshield and the Rockets to play into, and Renegade pulling out a flag. He still has half an overshield to work with.
Interesting. Renegade, he's deciding between fighting or running this flag. He's going to have to fight because the fight is being taken to him. Formal and Lucid pushing up, taking advantage of this, despite the fact that FaZe had that overshield. Renegade had overshield. OpTic had the numbers and played that perfectly. Flag reset.
It all comes to APG, right? He was staying in the back of FaZe's base, and he preoccupied 3 players. Renegade's sitting there waiting for team help, right? That's why he's not running the flag. He says, I need a player. But APG was in the opposite baller, holding up the rest of FaZe, and then neutralizes an overshield that should have been in such a powerful position that should be a cap. And now look at OpTic. They're running their next one through. Royal 2 has to let Trippy go through. It comes down to this shot on whether OpTic can get this flag home. It's up to Royal 2 to stop it.
Royal 2 takes the angle on flag, but that angle also opened him up to some damage from the snipe tower. Because of that, he has to reposition, reshield, but he times it perfectly, getting back to the green wall with full HP. Full sniper to work with as well. Royal 2, we've seen him pop off in this type of moment. His team needing a clutch slay here, or they're going to go down 2-1 in this match. Royal 2 with a double kill, popping off huge. That's 3 down for OpTic Gaming. Royal 2 clutching up.
And patient from Royal 2, right? He knew the timing that OpTic had. He didn't force his way with that sniper when the flag was originally out. He played around the map, stayed alive, stayed as that back player, and when he needed to hit the crucial shot, that's what he went clutch. He stops that flag that almost felt guaranteed for OpTic Gaming, and he's just not done yet. This man and his ability to stay alive and be a nuisance is one of the best in Halo's history.
Royal 2 still alive, now on a killing spree. He's a thorn in the side of OpTic at this point, as what looked to be a 2-1 game for them. If Royal 2 has his way, it's going to be 2-1 FaZe, but he's got to be careful. Has Formal right around the corner of that first BR. Handles him with the pancake. Royal 2 playing out of his mind right now and playing his processes correctly, making sure he drops that flag on the platform, baits APG into the flag, now pulls it once again. Royal 2, we are witnessing perfect Halo, but now he goes down right before potentially getting the flag through. These two teams are both playing at the highest levels.
Snakebite playing a little greedy here. He's going to leave this flag, and he's depending on his teammates to come back and pick it up, and Frosty gets a triple across the map. And what APG did earlier to let OpTic Gaming get a flag out, Frosty does for his team. Keeps everyone on OpTic preoccupied, but the difference is that Frosty comes away with a triple kill for this FaZe Clan roster to take a lead.
Oh, Snakebite. APG, huge kill there because, wow, it really looked like Snowball was beginning to form down the mountain for FaZe Clan. Again, just as it looked like OpTic was going to go up 2-1, it's FaZe instead at the halfway mark. 6 minutes to go. FaZe Clan with the 1-kill lead, but it's OpTic Gaming who are on the side of FaZe. Pressure on FaZe, and snipes up in 2.
Trying to be this nuisance, right? Always flying forward. And that's what we're seeing from OpTic, is that they have this clear idea of how they want to overextend on the map. But once FaZe figures that out and adapts to it, it becomes a dangerous situation. And look at Renegade. He prioritizes not getting their sniper and putting it to work, but getting their sniper and putting it off the map. Now it's all up to Frosty to stay alive and just keep the power weapon resources away from OpTic Gaming. But it's always a dual-edged sword, right, Mikowski? If you throw one sniper away and you let the opposing team get your own, suddenly things can get dangerous.
Yeah, 2 snipers in the hands of one team is absolutely deadly, and 1 sniper in the hands of Renegade is equally as deadly. He's that good, and you see why right there. Headshot, Lucid, he can get it. Trippy probably can too, but no, it's the pressure from Trippy and Formal. But Snakebite reclaims that sniper. Formal knows that he's pushing for it. He wants it in his hands instead. Has a potential triple on Frosty. Earns the 3 down. Snakebite now last player alive. He's got to clutch up like Royal 2 just did, or FaZe are going to tie, or OpTic are going to tie this match up.
Smart plays by Snakebite. He waits for his friend, says, Frosty, go slay. Let me get the sniper in the position that's needed for us to stop this flag. And he does just that, using the window of back tower to take down the flag carrier. And FaZe, I mean, what a response, right? They were looking in a dire strait, but it's Snakebite with the sniper rifle that cleans it all up, and he's not done quite yet. Rockets in the hands of FaZe as well. We could be seeing another attack from this roster.
Oh, I can't even begin to tell you how out of his mind Snakebite is playing right now, getting that snipe to prevent OpTic from tying it, and then Snakebite with the presence of mind to rotate towards the long haul and get the return, now forcing OpTic to push up through that long haul again. And I believe it just negated the overshield with the use of that rocket. So we saw Royal 2 pop off earlier. Now we see Snakebite pop off, but just as I said, he goes down, and an opportunity for OpTic. They're on the FaZe side of the map again. Can they convert it into a score?
Very interesting play from Lucid there, right? You saw him running down that long haul, but he was running down long haul with overshield and heat wave, so he had to go to sword to get those resources and went all the way across the map to long haul to use those weapons. Unfortunately, the rocket negates that play, but it shows that Lucid just sent it back.
Return
the repulse
to sender, USPS, UPS, FedEx. It doesn't matter. Lucid, he probably works for all three after that. Timing on the repulsor back. It's going to open up the lane again for OpTic to push through onto this FaZe side of the map. Formal with the flag out. Formal with the kill down. Has a chance here, but he's got to get across the first BR. But no! Royal 2 again stops any hope for OpTic. But they still have APG and another Trippy on that side of the map. Trippy and APG collect for a double kill and should have a chance to continue running this flag.
And Trippy's going to be able to regain his shields at least before he runs his flag, and it's going to allow them to at least get it towards Needles, but nothing is free, right? Both these players are extremely weak, and they're going to try to do their best to get it further along. And APG finds the perfect timing to get that flag just a little bit further. A little bit of a mistake from Frosty, and mistakes that you give to OpTic Gaming oftentimes turn into flag captures.
Oh, Lucid, the ultimate bodyguard, putting shots down on three, almost four players, all four for FaZe Clan. That's going to lead to the tie. Lucid absolutely paving a path for OpTic to come back in this game. And now Garrett, with just over 2 minutes to go, we're tied 2-2.
APG is playing patient, right? He's waiting for players to not know that he's there, being low presence. That way he can play for the overshield and have the advantage. Unfortunately, almost caught it, is Renegade.
Oh my god, and if Renegade was able to grab that overshield, I would have freaked out, but nonetheless, he's got that sniper still working with it. Takes down Lucid. That's huge when you take down the MVP of any team, as it's going to allow FaZe the chance to reset here. Renegade stepping back with that sniper, getting back to full shields, and now looks to push up with two in the tube. And that little positioning there from Renegade, it confused Formal. Formal did not expect him to be here, despite I would assume the call out from Lucid. Lucid, though, able to clean it up, but not before FaZe have a flag out at the halfway mark.
He's wrapping back, ready to put down perfect fire. What a performance from Trippy in this best of 5. I really feel like he's been a massive reason towards this OpTic Gaming success in this series.
Trippy, can you do something for me? We need that copy pasta in the chat. And honestly, you can say the same for Royal 2 Snakebite. It seems like somebody on each side has a clutch play in them. As there we see Trippy once again with the clutch hands, isn't able to stay alive in the base. APG on the other side looking to take down Renegade. 1v1. Renegade gets the best of APG. 3-4 down now. Lucid, last player alive for OpTic, but it's going to be okay. It's not with all four on OpTic's side of the map. FaZe Clan earning that team wipe just to regain mid-map control, whereas it looked like they may have had a flagpole instead because of it. 2-2 still.
30 seconds is plenty of time for a flag pull and capture for either of these teams. These slays are going to be so important in FaZe. While they go 3 down, OpTic Gaming are looking for a last second finish.
Lucid staying alive, snipe one here. Just looking to avoid some of those fragmentation grenades bopping all around the corner. A flag is out. So this shouldn't go to time. This should go to OT. Sudden death. Lucid gonna need to make a play. That flag is almost in for OpTic. Lucid gonna have to come back for it, but they're not gonna get the score. They're not gonna get the flagpole. This one is gonna head to a sudden death. Next flag wins.
Just tough timing for Lucid to figure out exactly where to play, right? He wanted to get that sniper right off their pad and use it to bring it home. Unfortunately, FaZe just had three players fly forward, get kills, and unfortunately for OpTic, they're losing the opening gunfights. That means rockets are going to be in the hands of FaZe, but what does APG immediately do? He sends it right back, as that rocket not going to play an impact right away, and Trippy has the opportunity to stop this flag short.
Trippy did an incredible job there, not allowing Renegade to close the gap and earn a melee that would have negated and taken down that overshield. Trippy actually used the last bit of that overshield to stay at full shields and be able to push immediately on this mid-map side, which is highly contested off of the reset in sudden death.
3 players in front of Lucid. It just can't get the shot to land, and that's gonna come at a huge cost. OpTic Gaming go 4 down, and Royal 2's looking for a spawn trap. Does anyone spawn in the reticle? Trippy does, Lucid does, and now Royal 2 has immediate access to some crucial shots as his team pushes forward.
Royal 2 going down with snipe. That's huge. APG's pressure mounting here just as OpTic went 4 down. It's FaZe losing numbers. And OpTic with a good push here should be able to regain that mid-map, but it's still up for contest. It's still up for battle. Both of these two teams fighting equally for the 50-50 portion of the map. Huge fight here, 1v1 between APG and Renegade. APG gonna use those bait grenades, but Renegade's not gonna take it. He's instead gonna reshield and reposition, but the fight is about to go down once again, but Renegade's not ready for it.
Now look how much respect APG and Renegade have for each other right there. Neither of them take out an ego child to try to get that kill and win the game. Instead, APG slow plays it, lets him get his shields back, but had the confidence that he was going to win on the second chance and does just that. The flag was away. OpTic Gaming had an opportunity, but there just wasn't the resources to get that one home. And it's another fight for control of the mid map, and FaZe, now they have the numbers to facilitate a push.
FaZe charging in with a lot of aggression. 2 down though for each side, 3 down. So FaZe pushing in strong, but the defense stronger for OpTic. That's going to allow them to reset. That's all 4 for FaZe. Frosty goes down at a crucial time with rockets up in 2. They should go to OpTic Gaming, but FaZe Clan is going to contest this heavily off spawn.
Can APG stay alive? No, the nades take him down. And although that might not seem like a big play, that just moves numbers out of OpTic's control. It's going to make them not be able to play as fast as they would like, but there's still a real opportunity for them to get to this back flag and pull it away. One more round of slays.
And one more sniper up for each of these two teams. The 2-minute mark will drop 2 snipers on the map. Can Lucid take advantage of phases? No! He goes down. Super crucial because Lucid, Trippy, that would have been a deadly dueling combination of sniper precision accuracy. But instead, it's dueling snipers. 1 for FaZe, 1 for OpTic.
Right, you're giving the snipers to the not your normal snipers for both of these teams, right? Snakebite, usually a player that plays with the rockets, overshield.
Yeah.
Trippy on the other side, same sort of role, right? They don't normally have the snipers for their team, but in overtime, one of these non-traditional sniper players is going to try to win the game for their team.
Snakebite anchoring the defensive side of his map, but there's no press from OpTic. Because of that, he's going to push up, take a little bit more map control, and it's the awareness that's gonna earn you this opening break kill. 4 up for each side. Whoever dies first, expect to see the push come through from them. Frosty gets that first kill on APG. Here comes the wave from FaZe. Can OpTic once again handle it and answer it with a defensive effort from the likes of Trippy? Has Renegade down to no shields, and again OpTic Gaming handle it with precision and perfection. FaZe Clan with numbers and pressure mounting. OpTic answer once again, and now they're on the FaZe side of the map.
This is where it gets scary for FaZe, is because they didn't die all as a unit. They're dying split away from each other. It allowed Trippy to play through the map. Trippy needs help, though, as the rest of OpTic Gaming start to surge forward. It's just one player, Renegade, the last line of defense, as Lucid and APG start to hunt him down.
And in a match where 2 flags went down in 2 minutes, 1 flag in 30 seconds. It's been a long time since we've seen a flag go in. APG had a chance there with 3 down for FaZe Clan, but he goes down. Royal 2 clutching up again as the last player alive, but he's gonna have to continue the effort because OpTic are on the run.
Oh no, Lucid's push, it's starting to fizzle for OpTic Gaming. He needs to win the big fight. Oh, the strafe not going to be enough for Renegade. Snakebite cleans it all up, but the overshield's in for APG. Someone needs to touch that flag in time for him to win this game.
They're not gonna get to use it.
We're going to a reset once again. Now, according to the rule book, it's going to be a full game reset, but first flag wins. So we're just running it back. But my God, how back and forth can a game be?
17 minutes, not enough time to determine a victor in this match. This one's crucial. FaZe needing this one to stay alive in the series, to stay alive on the winner's side of the bracket, as OpTic is up 2-0. But this game, this series, Garrett, has been highly contested despite a potential sweep here from OpTic. We are gonna see one hell of an OT reset here. OT2.
Just start. If APG grabs this flag,
I think he thought he could grab it there. I think he thought he was within range.
Position. Yeah, just such an awkward position for that flag to sit, and unfortunately, because of that, it just slows OpTic Gaming down just enough. And Lucid trying to go for some last-second heroics, right? But there's just no numbers to facilitate. I mean, great kill. Look at Renegade in this straight. It's just so he's so fast left to right that he's like not even moving. Makes it easy for Lucid. But once Snakebite gets that kill, overtime is essentially secured.
Wow, 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 wow. It's the only words I have for what's sure to be an incredible sequence of action here off the reset, loading into, I guess we'd call this OT2, sudden death. Next flag wins.
Who has the better opening start, right? What we saw in the beginning of this game was Trippy made a beeline right for the base, pulled out a flag, and captured within the first 30 seconds. Can they replicate that sort of success?
Yeah.
Or does FaZe learn from those mistakes, understands where these pressures are going to come from, and counter the attack?
And FaZe seems so comfortable, whether it's Empyrean, Argyle, Streets. FaZe seems comfortable playing off their back foot in the back of their map. So, to your point, Garrett, I'm expecting FaZe to expect the push from Trippy, maybe bait a little bit with that sniper down the long haul or green hall. And yeah, if you're FaZe Clan, you gotta know this is coming, and you at least have to set up for it, because what Trippy did to start off this game was unbelievable, scoring in just 20-30 seconds.
And there we go, winning the Rockets off the start. And everyone from FaZe is falling down. It's up to Royal2 to hit the shot. Formal dodges one. He has a rocket for you instead. FaZe are seeing the respawn screen. Formal's taking control. This flag is moving back.
Formal, he's goaded with the snipe, and now he's using the rockets like a sniper. We're seeing a deja vu sequence. It's Trippy down the long haul again. Instead, no, it's APG. Trippy goes down, but that's B. APG has the flag. APG has the score. And in 40 seconds, in back-to-back resets, OpTic scores and takes the series 3-0.
You can't let Formal get those rockets off start. It was exactly the same strat.
What the? How do they do the exact same strategy? An amateur, like, not to say that FaZe an amateur, but any team in the world knows that this is coming, and it just goes to show that the execution is too strong for OpTic. OpTic Formal with that off-the-rack double kill, and there you saw Trippy flying in just like he did at the beginning of this match. Formal with the long-range rocket on Royal2, and then it's just suppression fire. It's suppression, damage, and DPS. Trippy gets that flag out, but he goes down pretty quickly, so Renegade, potential clutch up there with that snipe, but you have APG carrying the mantle and that flag through the long haul as OpTic score twice in just 30-40 seconds against FaZe Clan to earn themselves the series sweep. Wow.
It was phenomenal, right? And it all comes down to the play of Formal, right? Formal really makes the difference, right? They do the same thing, but they change it up just a little bit, right? Instead of flying to Rocket Room right away, they stay back towards the green this time, and they bait the players in. And well, FaZe, they know that they want to play through Rockets, so they're putting the resources there, but the timing was just off, and Frosty is not going to be able to stay alive. But this is the most impressive part to me, right? Royal2 misses the snipe. Look where Formal pushes this rocket. Look where it's going to land. Right where Royal2 lands. It's not on the back wall, right? It's on the floor of the top snipe tower. If Royal2 jumps up there and he shoots that rocket at the back wall, he probably doesn't get the kill right away, and it maybe provides enough time. And then Formal goes even more off, right? He gets a triple to end this game. It's not on screen, but look at these snipe shot Formal hits. He hits that one, he jumps up, he's like, nah, you're seeing the respawn screen as well. Formal went 6-0. Devastated, ravaged the rest of FaZe to win that game. That's where the experience, that's where the tenure of Formal really makes a difference.
Formal packing his lip and sending FaZe Clan back into the lower bracket where, oh my God, if they match up against SSG again, whoa, what a rematch that would be. Severely jealous of whoever gets to cast that series, because that's not your grand finals, but SSG versus FaZe potentially in the lower finals. I don't know. Oh my God, how does the Halo get any better than what we just witnessed? But the thing is, Garrett, it probably will.